34-24. Seattle could be a blueprint for Al Saunders. He wants the Chargers to play strong defense and ball control offense, and that's how Seattle wins. They held the Chargers to about 300 yards of total offense and took advantage of some breakdowns in the Chargers secondary. This was not a breakdown. This was skill on the part of Steve Largent and Dave Craig. And then here's some skill on the Chargers' part, and Fouts to Wes Chandler, as the Chargers came right back to tie the game at 7-all. Tim Spencer diving in for the touchdown right here. But Seattle scored on the first play after the kickoff. Broken coverage. A lot of broken coverages today. Darrell Turner goes 72 yards. Craig passed for 305 yards, so he matched the Chargers' total output alone. He had 4 touchdowns. 17-7 Seattle at this point. Then right before the half, Dan Fouts ran a perfect 2-minute drill, going 66 yards in 7 plays. Took just under a minute. Kellen Winslow caught that pass, and then the touchdown. He had 8 catches for 105 yards. Big day for Kellen. It was tied 17-all at halftime, but the Seahawks played ball control in the second half. They had the ball for over 12 minutes in the third quarter alone. Steve Largent scored his second touchdown with a great catch. They went up by 10 again, but the Chargers came back. And again, it was Spencer diving in from a yard out for the touchdown. But Seattle took off on another long drive. It was capped off by another Seattle touchdown off of broken coverage. Raymond Butler with the catch this time. So once again, the final 34-24. Chargers had just too many injuries in their secondary to win this game against a team like Seattle. Chargers dropped to 4-11. They close out the season next week in Cleveland.
Most prolific passer in NFL history. Not bad. 40,000 and a whole bunch.
Well, they call me Mr. Avis now, I guess. No. Yeah, there have been a lot of yards, a lot of great memories, a lot of great players I've played with, and it's been a lot of fun, believe me.
Yes, Johnny Unitas, talking about passing, to become the second most prolific passer in the history of the NFL with a total of 40,287 yards. That's 20 miles, something like that. We try to figure it out, dividing 5,280 into it. That's an awful lot of yards. And we were talking a minute ago that when you set out 14 years ago out of Oregon to become an NFL quarterback, you didn't have these goals in mind, did you?
No, my first goal was just to make a ball club, and I was very happy to be drafted by the Chargers back in '73 because I felt that with the quarterback situation at the time that there was a chance I'd get to play soon.
You mean with this aging but graceful Johnny Unitas at quarterback? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. He was pretty graceful too, but super guy, and I really remember playing with him that year. It was such a thrill for me because growing up in San Francisco, I followed the 49ers quite a bit, and I was fortunate enough to be on the sidelines throughout many 49er games as a ball boy. And of course, when the Colts would come to town, boy, I'd get right in there next to Johnny U and watch him play, and then all of a sudden, here I am drafted by the Chargers, and who's in the locker room but Johnny Unitas, and it was a big thrill for me.
Is there any of his style in yours at all? Did you assimilate anything? I don't see it being, I mean, I've seen Johnny Unitas, of course, play before. But.
Well, I think our feet are the same size, and although he wore the high tops, I could never quite get comfortable in those. The thing I think I learned most from Johnny U was a little bit about reading defenses. He had a unique style of watching safeties, and he said to me, if you're going to read defenses, there are 2 men that are going to tell you what the defense is going to be, and that are the safeties. Strong safety and weak safety, and they're right there in front of you. And the other thing he mentioned to me is that it's really a simple game. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Just go out there and break it down to its simplest terms, and he was a great one.
Annual appearance.
It is.
Yes, I think Laz needs more vacation time.
That means 2 times a year.
That's right.
Annual appearance.
Well, you have to admit it has been a remarkable year for the San Diego State football Aztecs. They lived up to that preseason slogan and returned to glory by winning the WAC and earning their first ever berth in Tuesday's Holiday Bowl against Iowa. The last thing they needed 4 days before the big game, though, was a drug scandal, and that's what they have. Aztec starting wide receiver Anthony Conyers admitted in published reports this afternoon that he was tested positive for cocaine use by NCAA officials, and Conyers has been banned from Tuesday's Holiday Bowl. The NCAA performed the drug tests on 20 of this year's 36 bowl teams. All 22 starters on the Aztecs were tested back on December 9th. The school issued a statement yesterday saying that Conyers wouldn't play because of medical reasons. They wouldn't elaborate. Conyers was the Aztecs' top receiver this year with 27 catches for over 500 yards. 11 other bowl-bound players, including Oklahoma linebacker Brian Bosworth, have been suspended for steroid use. Conyers says he's sorry he let his teammates down. He plans to return to state in the spring and get his degree.
All season. Again, all thanks to Denny Stolz, The Aztecs are getting ready to play Iowa in the Holiday Bowl Tuesday night. With us live from the Aztec headquarters, the Town and Country Aztec coach Denny Stolz. Denny, first of all, thank you for joining us. And second of all, is your football team ready?
Well, we certainly hope so. We didn't have as good a practice today as we had the last couple of days, but everybody's a little bit irritable right now and tired of all the prelims, and we're only 2 days away, but by Tuesday we'll be ready to go.
So in other words, you're tired of talking, you're ready to play.
I think probably all of our football team and our coaches would say that. We've been over everything and over and over and over, and we've had 14 practices leading up to this game and Christmas thrown in between, so yeah, we're ready to play.
Yeah, you will not have your starting wide receiver, Anthony Conyers. As we know, he's been banned from playing by the NCAA reportedly for failing a drug test. How has that changed your offensive game plan?
Well, we're going to miss Anthony. He's a fine football player, but we have a couple of young people in there, and we think they're going to do all right. Certainly, Kenny Morris played a lot of football for us at wide receiver and started in that spot early in the year, and he's just going to have to pick it up, and Monty Gilbreth, a freshman, is going to fill in and back up.
Now, is there a quarterback in the Big Ten like a Todd Sanders? Has Iowa seen a quarterback like your young quarterback?
Well, I think that there are a lot of fine quarterbacks, but I think Todd is one of the best in the country. I've coached a number of outstanding people at that position, but this young man is developing very rapidly, and in another year may be the best quarterback in the country.
Now, you know Big Ten football, it's a power game. Can the Aztecs handle a big, strong, physical team like Iowa? I know you're a strong football team, but have you seen a team as strong as Iowa?
Well, absolutely not. They're the biggest and most powerful football team that we're going to play this year, certainly, and that is the question, whether we can stand up to their strength and size.
Is there any way to assess right now how much this football game means to your program?
Well, I think we're over the real critical parts. I think winning the WAC championship, beating BYU, I think we've established ourselves. However, if we could win this, now we're talking about national recognition, and we'll take all that we can get.
Now, Denny, some coaches see a bowl game as a reward for a fine season. Others say it's just another ball game. They take it very seriously. Where do you fit in there?
Well, I definitely agree with the first part. It's a reward for a great season, and we're looking forward to playing. It's certainly not a life and death situation, and our kids are having a lot of fun and taking part in all the activities, and they're pretty low-key right now. By Tuesday, they'll be ready to go.
Well, Denny, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on winning the WAC football title. Good luck Tuesday night against Iowa.
Thanks, Al.
San Diego.
The Aztecs. I mean, look, it's been since 1969 that they were in a bowl game. That's a fairly long time to wait. There are a lot of Aztec fans who I know who've gone to every single game, who've missed 2 over the last 15, 20 years. People like Tom Abels and the rest. So they should enjoy the moment tomorrow when they kick off against the University of Iowa Hawkeyes in the Holiday Bowl at the stadium. This is a look back, as it were, at the 1986 season. Denny Stolz's first. Just like Doug Scoville said, they were going to win with this team this year. He didn't think he was going to be another coach, but it was a new coach, and they did get themselves a WAC championship for the first time, and as mentioned, their first bowl since '69, the '86 season, and a look back.
And we want to bring to this campus an individual with high integrity, a high energy level, skillful, and it's probably going to be somebody that is on their way up.
We have to win, and when we want to win, and we've always won, we will be successful.
Stanley getting rushed now, rolling to his right, turns and fires to the end zone, touchdown, San Diego State. Been a long time, and they have now the champions, and will go on, not exactly favored, but underdogs, to play against Iowa tomorrow. The game is at 6. Channel 8 has the broadcast on a videotape delay 2 hours later at 8 o'clock. Why? It's sold out. Don't call me. It's not my decision.
not our programming department. It's the Holiday Bowl committee who makes that decision to tape delay it, even though it has been sold out for a long time. So